We were actually just at the White House yesterday, and President Trump had even stated what Tulsi has really found and been able to release so many questions among members of Congress. Like, first and foremost, why did his former ODNI person not release this information? You're seeing really two separate administrations, even though it's the same president, one that's actually following through and delivering on what he wanted, which is full transparency for the American people. And his previous administration that seemed like they were absolutely deep state puppets and working against the president's agenda every step of the way, which, to be honest with you, Tulsi for releasing this information. Look, a lot of people forget that these are also two the same people that try to paint Tulsi Gabbard as a Russian asset. We all know that that's completely fake, but the fact that she was able to release this information, not only does it give 100% credibility to President Trump, this is no longer a left-wing spun conspiracy theory. There's evidence to back it. I think that there needs to be arrests, and I actually am I'm calling on the Department of Justice to arrest all of the heads of these intel departments that actually were responsible for putting out this false information. It's 18 U.S. Code 1001. If you falsify a report or make a false statement to Congress, it comes up to a 7-year prison sentence and $250,000 in fines. But I think it just goes a lot deeper than that, because you're also finding in those same intelligence reports some stuff about Hillary Clinton, her health. They were trying to cover up for that. And then obviously at the same time, they spent over 10 years really using this one lie and working against the American people, undermining President Trump's administration. So right now is the time to act. We can't wait. These people need to be arrested. Any other person we'd be in jail for what they did. And so this is really now on the DOJ. And I think that Congress also, too, if the DOJ is not going to act, which I don't think that that's going to be the case. I think the DOJ will act. But in the event that they don't, and we are asking for information and they do not produce, I will be the first to call for an inherent contempt vote in Congress.
I mean, it's monumental. And I'll just say, speaking as someone who worked in the intelligence community in 2016, I had the opportunity to read the ICA when it was put out. Obviously, we didn't have this level of detail as to the unpublished version of the ICA, but I can just remember even having read the classified part of it, and Congresswoman Luna, it made no sense whatsoever. I've never seen a product that looked like that. I've never seen the intelligence community get so involved in domestic political politics before. It's certainly something that I noticed when I was there, the politicization and experienced the politicization of the intelligence services. And I've had members of the intelligence community, people that I served with, people who are still serving now, calling me all weekend saying they can't believe that doors aren't getting kicked down because of this behavior.
I mean, look, you're not wrong. I think that this is really egregious, and it's even crazier to see that, you know, the media took this and ran with it, spun it, they smeared it. They literally used this to violate people's constitutional rights. Again, the DOJ has to act. If they don't act, then this is truly a lost country. But I don't think that that's going to be the case. I think that AG Bondi will act on this. I think that there are good people at these intelligence agencies now that will continue to come forward. And even Tulsi said that she actually was notified. People who had worked under the Obama administration came forward because they were grossed out about how this had taken place, whistleblowers. And so there's going to be more to come on this. And, you know, people get frustrated. They say, well, why isn't Congress doing more? And you just have to remember that Congress is a legislative authority. We are not the judiciary authority. That's the DOJ and the Department of Justice. And so for us specifically, we can do the fact finding, we can make referrals, but ultimately we are very limited as far as punitive action. But I do think, you know, President Trump has stated this is a witch hunt from day one. He was right on that. His supporters were right on that. I would say that because of what Obama did was really the first fracture that you saw in American politics between right and left, and really destroying the civility that we had for one another in regards to politics. And so, you know, he should be called to answer for what he's done. And so we'll see what happens.